Ethan were twins, and they couldn't be more different. Ella loved to climb trees and explore, while Ethan preferred reading and solving puzzles. Despite their differences, they were inseparable except when they argued, which was often. Their grandmother always warned, "Work together, or you'll find yourselves in trouble one day." But the twins rarely listened. One sunny afternoon, while visiting their grandmother's countryside home, Ella spotted a huge tree at the edge of the forest. Its branches twisted high into the sky, and its trunk was so wide it would take 3 people to hug it. "Let's climb it," Ella said, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "No way," Ethan replied, adjusting his glasses. "Grandma said not to go into the woods. Remember? You're such a scaredy cat," Ella teased. "I'm going," not wanting to be left behind. Ethan reluctantly followed. As they reached the tree, they noticed something strange. Its bark shimmered faintly in the sunlight, and the leaves seemed to whisper. Ella grabbed the lowest branch and started climbing. "Come on, Ethan, don't be boring." With a sigh, Ethan joined her, but as they climbed higher, the branches began to creak and sway. Suddenly, the tree spoke in a deep, booming voice. "Children who climb without respect shall find themselves in my grasp." Startled, the twins froze. Before they could climb down, the branches wrapped around them like ropes, lifting them off the ground. "Let us go," Ella shouted, struggling to free herself. "This is what happens when you ignore wisdom and fight too much," the tree said. "You'll only be free when you learn to work together." The twins were trapped high in the tree, surrounded by its whispering leaves. At first, they argued, blaming each other for their predicament. "This is your fault, Ella," Ethan snapped. "If you hadn't followed me, we wouldn't be stuck," Ella retorted. But as the hours passed, they grew tired and scared. Finally, Ethan said, "Maybe we should stop fighting and figure this out together." Ella nodded reluctantly. "Okay, what do we do?" Ethan noticed that the branches holding them were weaker near the edges. "If we swing toward each other and grab the same branch, we might be able to break free." Ella smiled. "Let's try it." They counted to 3 and swung together, grabbing the same branch and pulling with all their strength. The branch snapped, and the tree let out a loud groan. "You've learned a lesson," it said, slowly lowering them to the ground. The twins hugged each other tightly, relieved and grateful. From that day on, Ella and Ethan worked as a team. They stopped arguing over small things and learned to appreciate each other's strengths. And whenever they passed the old talking tree, they smiled, remembering the lesson it had taught them.